Another great truth from James chapter 1 is this: we ask for wisdom. We ask for wisdom. So Van, please read James chapter 1, verses 5 through 8.
Now if any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives to all generously and ungrudgingly, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith without doubting. For the doubter is like the surging sea, driven and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord, being double-minded and unstable in all his ways.
So what is wisdom as a gift from God? And I believe that it's related to knowledge, but it's knowledge that is applied skillfully by the grace of God. And that knowledge can be skillfully applied as we lead people, as we interact in a world that's hostile to Christ, as we share with people about the wisdom of Jesus himself. There are so many different ways that wisdom can play itself out in our lives. So then I ask you, what is a way that you have cried out to God for wisdom, and how did he help you through difficult situations because of that wisdom?
Well, I ask God for wisdom almost daily, but sticking with the theme of me going through the trial of being in prison, I used to ask God all the time for wisdom and knowing how to address people, the men that I was surrounded with, men that sometimes I felt like I had nothing in common with other than my imprisonment. And these were men that were dealing with anger, some addictions, some men who were deeply perverted and sexually immoral, and then even the younger men who were gang members. And they viewed being in prison, being in the joint like some kind of rite of passage into becoming a man. And so how to address these men and talk with them about truths. And God always gave me the wisdom in knowing how to do that.
Yeah, and praise God for that. I mean, God says that when we ask in faith, he gives generously and without finding fault. And there are so many areas of my life where I need wisdom as well. I need wisdom as I interact with my wife and as a pastor. I don't claim to be a great parent by any means, but I have an 18-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And it takes great wisdom, I think, wisdom that I don't have in and of myself, to know how to love them well and stay connected to them, but discipline them where appropriate. And again, wisdom is not something that we can create on our own, but from beginning to end, it's a gift from God. And what a gift it is.